topic I got for you all as you come in, people will watch on the rebroadcast. But as you come in, the quick topic I have for you all today is simply that He is the same God. He is the same God. I've been hearing it my whole life that He's the same yesterday, today, and forevermore. That God does not change. And I am here to confirm that even in this season of uncertainty, in this season of prospering. You know, I've learned that two things can be true at the same time. It can be a person that's going through the toughest trials of their life. And in the same season, it's somebody that is reaching new heights in every area of their life. But one thing stays the same, and that is God. And whatever God has promised you, and whatever God has given to you, He is faithful and just. And He is going to stay true to His word, no matter what man says, no matter what man does. God is staying true to the thing that He has promised. And He's going to stay true to that to the end of time. You know, it's a lot of, I see a lot of sickness is in our land. A lot of diseases are in our land. Just a lot of stuff can go on. And we can wonder, well, God, why does it feel like miracles aren't happening like they used to happen? Where are the miracles? Where are these many signs and wonders? And the truth of the matter is God is still in the miracle working business. God is still in the business of blessing. God is still in the business of overflow. God is still in the business of making everything you dream come to pass. He hasn't changed. We've changed. He hasn't changed. Our press has changed. He hasn't changed. How we respond to certain things have changed. He's the same God and remains the same God till the end of time. The same loving God, the same careful God, the same God that looks upon each one of us and judges us equally. No favorites, no one higher than the other, no person better than the other person. He's simply the same yesterday, today, and forevermore. What has changed, I believe, is how we respond sometimes when things get rough. How we respond when it's turmoil in our life. How we respond when things don't go our way. How we respond to certain aspects. I am a firm believer in Nahum 1:3 that God has His way in the whirlwind and in the storm. And the clouds are the dust of His feet. I have been in this last month, I have been completely aware, and I have been completely in a place that I have surrendered my life to Christ. I've surrendered all to Jesus. I've surrendered everything I have and everything I am unto Him. I've given it all to Christ. Everything that I have placed before Him, everything that I want to accomplish, everything I want done, everything I want to succeed, I have got out of the way of how I think it's supposed to work. I've removed myself of how I think this thing is supposed to go. I have disconnected myself of thinking that I have the answers. Because the truth of the matter is, I do not. I do not have the answers. I do not know what I'm doing. I do not know how any of this is going to work out. I don't know how these dots are going to connect. I don't know what's going to happen. But what I do know is I serve the same God that made a way time and time and time again. And I've seen Him work in others. And now I need God to work in me. The same God that stood in the center of nothing in the foundation of the world. He stood in the center of absolutely nothing, and in the palm of his hands made the seas, made the heaven, made the earth, saw that it was good, separated the light from the day, called the day. The same God that did all of that in Genesis, the same God that it was war in heaven in Revelation 12, that same God lives in me today through the Holy Ghost. I am no longer worrying about things outside of my control. I can no longer worry about things outside of my control. And it's a hard thing to do. It's a hard thing because you know deadlines that you have. You know this is supposed to happen at a certain time. You understand that they're saying if you don't do this, this is going to happen. If this doesn't get done like this, what will happen? Sometimes it's not that we do know, it's that we don't know. But God can only work if we give him space to work. God can only be God if we give him an opportunity to be God. I feel like a lot of time as strong men and women and having the right head on our shoulders, we sometimes play God's role. And thinking, I am supposed to have this all figured out. I'm supposed to have this all worked out. I'm supposed to know where this is going. But the truth of the matter is, if you had all the answers, you would not need God. If everything was right, it would be no need for you to have God. That's why when it's sunny in your life, thank God. And when rain comes in your life, thank God. Because you need both of those seasons. I'm learning to simply trust my process. Whatever the process is, the process seems unfair. The process is unwanted. God, I don't want to go through this. I don't want to feel this pressure. I don't want to feel this stress. But whatever the process is, nevertheless, not my will, but thy will be done. I understand that I need these days for future days. I need stormy weather because that's how my seed grows in the ground. It can't grow without the rain. It can't grow without bad times. It can't grow. You'll never be resilient. You'll never get the endurance. You'll never get the discipline. And we wonder, God, why does it just seem like, all of these stories, we heard of them, but now I need to see them for myself. He was my father's God, my God's father. He was the God over my mother, God over my pastor who I love, God over my grandmother, God over my brother. But right now, I need you to be my God. I need you to be my God. I've seen you be the God to people I love. I've seen you be the God to people I know. But now I need you to be my God. Now I need the same wonder-working power that you have for the people I love. I need that same God in my life. I need you to show yourself in my life. But he can only do that when we are open, making room for God. He is the same God. He's the same God that stands at the door and knocks. Bless you, mommy. Bless you, Quinn. Brother, bless you all. Cam, I love you all so much. But he is the same God that will stand at the door and knock. Now, he's the perfect gentleman. He's not going to come in your house without a welcome. He's not just going to bust your door down. He's not that type of God. But I need him to be that God to me. In sickness, the God that will lay the very shadow, his shadow would heal people. If I can just touch the hem of his garment, I know for a fact I will be saved. If I can just press in to touch him, all I need to do is touch him. I know for a fact I'll be healed. I know for a fact I'll be whole. But it's time to get our faith up. It's time to get our faith up. It's time to get our faith up. I feel like a big difference between the people that have raised me and the current generation I live in. We are bold and we are fighters and we are ready to go to war. But sometimes we lack that faith of a mustard seed. Sometimes we lack that unwavering faith that I don't know you, Jesus, it seems like you got me out here in the desert by myself. But Lord, I believe. And Lord, I believe, but help my unbelief. God, I believe, but help my unbelief. Help me with the things that I can't wrap my mind around. Help me with the things I can't get a grasp of. I can't figure out why you would do that. Some things isn't for my understanding, but God, help my unbelief. Because he's still the same God. He's still the same God. He's still the same God that will come in and make room. He's still the same God that wants us to prosper even as our souls prosper. It's the thing he wishes above all. But what I am asking for God in this season is to simply come in and show yourself in me.